trying to put indictments on me. My grandma asked me why I got these people writing on me. Yo, bitch, you roki buchila without us fighting on me. I get I'm finna go put some icing on me. Eating cause we ballin' like we set us up a banquet. Ain't touch no work, it's still stacked on that anklet. We gon' get up with you, let you think that shit ancient. Corner coming clean, this is way beyond man. I get capable, don't play, we'll get right on your ass. A boss bitch, she gon' fuck you, then go right in your stance. They gon' roar, these niggas poor, they ain't getting no cash. And how you flexing like you got it, put you down in your legs. I'm in a trial out, getting packed out. If it ain't nothing, show me something, nigga, bring them racks out. Niggas screaming no cap, they be really capped out. Lizzie really in the field, ain't gotta talk them rap.
See the best, you know, everybody that love music and shit, they love getting on podcasts. That's one of them is the easiest ones to get.
True.
Like everybody, yeah, man, they want to look at it like a free music video almost. You know?
That's pretty much how I feel with some people.
I had to tell motherfuckers, like, when I first started up, like, I had all these rappers and shit inboxing me like, yo, can I get on and shit? I'm like, yeah, I feel you, but like, I don't just talk about just music and shit. You
Right,
feel me? Like,
You ain't getting no cake. These niggas really ain't like they trying to lose weight. You getting petty money, we be trying to move states. All my niggas ride like we need.
so yeah, I like this shit. You play like local motherfuckers on here too, like
Actually, local all the time. People never catch it until like you actually really catching the vibe of me not talking.
Yeah,
you just see me bobbing and shit. You're like, hold on, there's a song.
Now I got a feature one. Knew I was gonna tell. That's why my mouth was for a BB gun.
What a shout out from Utah.
What it do, bro? Oh, you went back over to Utah. That's where you posted now?
They like I try like that. I like young and really fucking up the side like that. Hey yo, they want niggas eat your bag like that. Put a word out and get a nigga whack like that. I see the sack chase and she want me to be her man though. I just wanna turn a 6 to 8 into a band though. 12 for the white, got me ballin' like Orlando. Going down the rap 35, let the rap blow.
Man, what it do, everybody? It's the Cap Podcast, man. And you know, we chilling on the couch right now, chilling. We got a guest here. If you ain't see the flyer, you might not seen his face, but you know what the podcast is called. And I'm going to let him drop the podcast name. I'm going to let him drop his info. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, man, this is your boy Marcus Porter, man, host of the 8th Round Podcast. You feel me? The littest in the berg right now, you feel me? So, yeah, man, chilling with my mans, man, on the Cap Podcast. And 2 hosts link, man. We got nothing but good shit for y'all, man. So we ain't gonna shortchange you. Yeah, man, we gonna make it happen.
Man, you heard it. You already heard it, man. You 2 hottest podcasters in the berg, just chilling on the couch, talking, rapping, chilling, smoking. Well, I'm smoking, bro's drinking.
Yeah, for sure,
so
for sure.
I'm let everybody just know that. But you know what it do, Chris? I'm saying, all the way from Utah. Appreciate it. Most definitely. Almost done with flight school. Keep it going, bro. You almost done. Get into that paper. That's what's up. Another brother getting into that paper.
Yeah, man. Shout out.
Man, so like I'm saying, y'all see me smoking. Like I said, he gonna be sipping. I'm saying if you need something to drink, go ahead, pour something up. I'm saying find something to spark up. Enjoy these vibes. I'm saying you just heard a little bit of local music. We're gonna be playing a little bit of local music here and there, but we're gonna also talking a little bit about what's, you know, this guest that we have. I'm saying the 8th Round Podcast. So I'm saying, bro, tell me a little bit about the podcast. Like, tell me about the name, like where you came up with this name from.
Okay, so originally I started out as the Real Ass Podcast, right? So come to find out, when I started that shit out, somebody already had the adage.
Right.
So we was going back and forth. They dropping, we dropping. Yeah, I mean, people like, yo, I keep on, they popping up. His fans popping up on my shit. So got to the point, his fans and shit, they was like coming hard at me and shit. And I respect that because I mean, he already had his foundation set. So it got so bad that me and him got each other's info. He all the way up in New York. And he like, I mean, we were both cool, host to host. He like, yeah, I mean, I had this platform for a few years and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to avoid all the confusion. So I'm like, you know what? Say no more, man. Yeah, I mean, I respect it. Like, yeah, I mean, I get that to you. Feel me? Just when I'm up in New York, I mean, don't forget about me. He said, no doubt. So I let him, let him have his. So I switched up, had a vision switch. So I chose the 8th Round Podcast. Now the 8th Round Podcast, big into boxing. You feel me? So yeah,
That's what
man.
I was always thinking. What sport was that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
round, that eighth round came from?
So y'all know. Of course, everybody know Muhammad Ali and shit. Most famous fight when he introduced the rope dope. He was letting him whip his ass. He was letting him taking him. And I mean, eighth round, Muhammad Ali, bopped him up and shit. And I always like that. I always like to align that with me. You feel me? Like, you know how many times I've been hit hard and shit like that, and I take the punches and shit. But then, you know what I mean, when it's time to conquer and shit, I know what to do. So I always tie that in. So in my show, it's a lot of boxing references and shit like that. So you feel me? I just wanted something that relate to me, and that's what I like. So that's what I chose.
Eighth round podcast. That's what's up. You
Well,
boxed before?
No, I ain't really. I'm just a fan of the show.
Oh,
I ain't just a fan of it
I
and
was gonna
shit.
say. I was gonna say. Okay.
But where you get the chill ass podcast from though, man? I like because it fits. Like, you feel me? We're in a chill vibe though. You feel me? So
where I get the name from?
yeah.
Well, if you know, we were called the Spark Chillcast.
Yeah.
So we spark and we chilling, and it's a podcast. So instead of the pod, it's a chillcast.
Yeah.
So we pretty much always chilling. A podcast should be something comfortable, something that you actually get to chill and actually converse like you do on a regular day basis with anybody that you with. It could be your friend, it could be your mom, it could be your family, it could be anybody. But like a lot of those discussions, I feel like are discussions that should be shared with people because a lot of the stuff in conversations, if you're drunk or if you're not drunk, you get a lot of information from conversations, or you get other ideas from people from just sitting there just talking. Because you think about it nowadays, do you actually get to see people actually sitting down talking with one another?
Nah, ain't the world no more.
Like we're always so quick to like be moving around. We're always running around. We only actually talk to people in the passing, or if they're at an event or somewhere that we're at.
That's facts.
And a lot of those people aren't people that we know. We're sharing information like that, and that's where I feel like we gotta really get that out there. And a lot of that time, I'm saying I'm high, bro. I'm saying I drink a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm off of work, so like I'm saying get it in while I can. You say the kids is fed, kids is already prepped to go to sleep, and now it's time to actually work and have the fun that I like to do. So the Chillcast, the Chill Ass Podcast came from pretty much me having to switch the name of me working with my old partner.
Yeah.
Me just doing it myself. I'm a chill ass person. Pretty much it says it right there.
Yeah.
Like I'm a chill ass person.
For
and
sure.
You on the Chill Ass Podcast.
For sure. We on the Chill Ass Podcast.
That's it. Like I'm saying. And then pretty much, I support a lot of locals.
Yeah.
Gorilla right here.
That's what you wearing right now?
Yeah, had the little gorilla, little Letterman.
Oh, that shit so
that's
crazy.
A little local, John.
Who on that?
Gorilla Lament.
Oh, yo, that shit fire.
Shout out to him.
That shit's fire.
Most definitely get a lot of stuff. I think I don't even know what I did with. Actually, here it is, right here, bro.
Okay.
It's another one.
Okay. Same person?
No, it's another person.
Oh yeah.
Another Pittsburgh person.
Damn.
This is handmade, bro.
Yeah, let me see that.
Yeah, handmade. Sleeve.
We got some fucking talent.
We got some talent in Pittsburgh, bro.
We got some talent in our city, man.
People be asking me where I be grabbing this shit from, bro. I support every and anyone, bro. Man,
I had did an interview with the headmaster of the Pittsburgh Bosses group, Hazel.
That's what's up.
Hazel Lola.
Yeah.
So you feel me?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
Yeah, so that's where a lot of people, y'all been on that page on Facebook and shit, you know what I mean? So check her out, check her page out. A lot of shit that we make, you know what I mean? That's just like a fucking store. You just type in what you want. You got 50 motherfuckers in your comments. Oh, yo, I do it. It be real quality shit. Like, true. You know what I mean? So like shout out to Pittsburgh on like just being like look at what you doing, bro. Like this is magical. This is content right here. You feel me? Like this is like, you know what I mean, from one host to another, like this shit means something. You feel me?
It means
like
a lot. I be telling them that all the time. Like every single time that we power our equipment on, we set up, like all of this stuff is like magic. And then on top of being able to hear it from other people that's doing magic in their own field is even more magic, because Pittsburgh don't have these opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And we're actually giving people these opportunities that they need and should to be getting to where they need to get to, so that we can succeed. We look at a lot of out-of-state people, like they're well connected and they work with one another in ways that we might not even see. But shit, I know once I did a lot of tapping in with people from being a podcast host, all these people outside the state know each other because they work with one another. And like they're over here telling me about this person. I'm like, well, damn, I just spoke to him before I spoke to you.
Yeah.
Now you telling me about him.
Yeah.
I see how y'all really is booming. They're on billboard signs. They over here at the bus stop. Like, and these are local people. You don't really get to see local brands at the bus stop.
Right.
Like you only see stuff about the city, you know, the government, you know, stuff like that. But being able to see someone's brand that's actually pushing, or someone pushing to do some shit, and you being able to support them and being able to still be able to back them in their process, that's love right there. That's magic. Like,
for sure.
But that was my answer to your question, bro. I'm saying I got one for you too, but what I know you know some local artists. What local artists you want to hear real quick?
Oh man, put on that Rich Porter, man. Put on that Rich Porter, man.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, man. I got Rich Porter for you, man. I put on my people's Drosa, man. Come on, man.
I actually wanted to hear bro in a minute. I ain't hear him in a minute.
Let me see.
I'll let you do your wonder.
Yeah.
Let me find me a lighter. Y'all smoke? I'm saying if y'all don't smoke, I'm saying I'll light one for y'all. I'll definitely hold it down. And if y'all drinking over there, let's take a shot. I'm saying we'll take a shot.
Oh yeah, yep. Let's get it.
Saying a shot o'clock. If you got something to drink, take a drink, even if it's water. Take a shot.
This is Rich Porter, you feel me? Off his mixtape album Halloween Night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. Come take a ride with me. You the only one I want outside with me. Hey, this is for the girl that's gon' ride for me. Tell me you the girl that's gon' ride for me. Hey, I'm pulling up from the club, I need it right now. Tell me where you at, I'm on the way, I need it right now. Said you need to get up out the bed, I need it right now. I told you I don't wanna wait, I need it right now. Hey, okay, this my lifestyle. Tell me, do you like it better with the lights out? You up late right now, cause you a night out. On your timeline, you ain't worried what they write about. You gon' have to make some time for me. You gon' have to pull on side of me. And you know that just riding cheap. Fuck around and charge a fee. A young nigga like a player now. I don't wanna play around. But you wanna bitch, you need to lay it down. Thought I told you I don't wanna wait, I want it right now. Hey, I can't fuck when the girl on the weak shit. I can fuck with a girl.
So who you know this person?
That's my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. Holla at him, man. Get him on the Chill Lance podcast.
Yeah, most definitely chill. I like the little smooth ass beat.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was smooth. I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I turned it down. At least to let that shit ride in the background.
Yeah, for sure. My fault.
No, you good, bro. I was over here jamming too for a second.
Yeah, shout out to him. That's off his album Halloween Night and shit. Man, his birthday day before Halloween and shit. So heavy Scorpio shit. So yeah, definitely tap into that. Bro. Rich Porter. Type in Rich Porter Halloween Night on YouTube, and you'll find that whole album. You'll find more smooth shit, and he got the turn shit. You feel me? So holla at it.
All the songs you'll hear will be in the description. So definitely tap in.
Hell yeah, man.
That's what's up. Your brother over there rap. All right, that's what's up. How long he been saying?
My brother been doing that shit for years, bro. You feel me? But you know what I mean? He get older and shit, so he want to take it more serious. You feel me? Before it get too late.
I've been hearing that, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially since I'm sure him seeing you doing what you're doing, is even giving him more of that push to still be serious and want to do what he's saying. Like, bro.
Shout out to Level Up Studios and shit, man. Made me proud. I'm at work, and somebody was like, "Yeah, I seen your brother on the poster at Level Up Studios." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the spot down there and shit." You know what I mean, so you tapped in with Level Up?
I ain't tapped in. I talked to him. Yes, I spoken to him.
Yeah. Tap him down there, bro.
Yeah, all the studios I tapped in with already. I gotta get with everybody.
Next time they had an event yesterday. I ain't go, but next time they have an event, we'll go together.
Let me know.
You'll see everybody. You'll see motherfuckers. You'll probably see. You know what I mean? DM like everybody you probably tapped in with me. They go down there. And it's like shout out Level Up Studios.
Shout out Level Up Studios, man. Everybody that's doing their thing, man. Keep tapping in, connecting, networking. This is what we gotta be doing. I'm saying if you ain't doing that, what are you doing?
For sure.
Like,
hell yeah, man. But like you been doing the podcast shit for a couple years now, right?
Well, I was gonna say that I've been doing it for like 2 years now.
Okay.
How long you been doing it for?
Just over a year.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, I'd actually might be touching 3 soon. Yeah. So around my birthday. So like last year was my second year mark on my birthday, but my grandmother had passed on my birthday.
Oh man.
So that made a lot of the transitioning to me ending the season to starting back up a lot harder, because at that point, like I told you what had happened when we had finished our last season, pretty much with the person I was working with. Yeah. And
I like how you don't even mention his name. You like, the person I'm working with, used to work with.
Used to work with, a partner I was working with. I don't even have to speak of the name. If you followed and you've been watching me do this, like I'm saying, I have brought people on that you probably would have been amazed to see or didn't even know about and were surprised to even hear about. So like I'm saying, I've been doing this for going on 3 years in June, but for this year, I'm saying I'm off papers, so I'm allowed to do a lot more things, and I'm free now. So I'm out to really, really shout out to that, and I'm really about to actually turn this shit up, really trying to actually network and connect with everybody and make this happen, because I'm saying I haven't heard no problems or no issues with people in what we doing here in Pittsburgh as podcasters. Like, and they love what we're doing here. And shout out to everybody that tunes in. Shout out to y'all that's listening. Shout out to y'all that are watching. Like, without y'all, there wouldn't be us. And without, me and him, there wouldn't be none of, for real, people really wanting to continue or even want to be heard. Yeah, because we've been so used to, trying to get ourselves out there. But where have we really gotten to trying to get ourselves out there without having to sacrifice a lot more than what you already have sacrificed? You don't want to always set yourself backwards, twice, or even, you just don't want to keep on setting yourself back when you're trying to get forward. And that's where, I really support, and I actually want people to notice that, I support them and they support us to continue doing what we're doing, because what we do isn't easy, and I'm sure what they're doing isn't easy. Right. Like, everyone does something different. Like, you're good in a different field just as well as I might be good in a different field.
You see how that shit, like, it's crazy how it go though. I come up in here, I'm like, yeah, bro, how you set up and shit, and we just learning from each other, picking back off each other, and that's what we need. Like, what you got going on, bro, I respect it, bro. Facts, I respect it. This is what we need and shit. You know what I mean? You always got my support, and it's amazing. That's why I try to tell people, like, man, come holler at us. Ain't nobody too big or nothing, man. You gonna have a good ass time and shit. Bro sets the precedent. You know what I mean? Makes you feel welcome. You gonna chill. I mean, it ties into what he wants to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Come on, bro. How many? We have people act Hollywood on us, you feel me? You know what I mean? We done been through all the trials and tribulations, just hearing it from another field and another side of things. Like, it's like, damn, like you too, nigga? Like, you too, my nigga? Like, yeah, like, I've been through that. Like, we gonna go through more, you feel me? But, like, we got things set up. Like, and it's amazing, for real.
No, it's definitely amazing. So what, I'm saying, but what made you go into, like, being a podcast host? Like, what made you start being, doing podcasting?
Bro, I love the conversation. I love to talk to different people about different things. I feel like I'm not tied down to one subject. You feel me? Just general talks. I could talk to anybody. I got a widespread range of people I talk to. You know what I mean? I can fit into any community group. because I could talk about it. I like to listen. Not only just talk, I like to listen. I like to hear people's other perspective on things. It's the heavy lever shit. You feel me? I love to hear people's perspective on things and listen instead of being so judgmental. I like to listen. I talk to people from so many different people. There's so many different angles of things, and I always look at things to a wide spectrum. Why do you view things like this? Whether it's religion, politics, gaming, sports, whatever. I could talk about all that. And I like to talk about all that. And I just like to hear people's opinion on things. You feel me? So I was listening, like my biggest inspirations, you know what I mean? I love the big podcasts, $1 million worth of games, the pivots, the Iron Man athletes, you know what I mean? Them was definitely inspirations for me. And I'm like, this is shit I could like listening to. They talk about the same shit I like to talk about. So I like when people come down. What makes me the best is when somebody's down here and they say at the end of the show, like, yeah, bro, that was a good ass show. Like, thanks for having me. That shit makes my day. I'd be like, yeah, man, just watching the show. I try to make it a good show for people. I'm not gonna shortchange you. I'm gonna give you an hour. You know what I mean, give you an hour at a time. Just listen. I'm gonna make you're gonna be entertained. Just put me on in the speakers and shit. I'm gonna make you laugh. I'm gonna make you think. I'm gonna make you drink. You know what I mean? It's gonna be all that. So I tell people, man, tap in with me because I really do this for y'all. Just I like to make people smile. I really do. True. I like to pay. I could get deep on the podcast. I can get funny.
Shot a clock, everybody.
Shot a clock. I'm sipping on Hornitos right here.
God, you already know the crown.
But yeah, bro, that's why I got into it, and that's why I like it. And then when I put my mind to it, and I start doing it, and I start talking to people, and the receptive I get, like I'm like, yeah, that's the shit I like to talk about. Everybody on my podcast, they have a good time because that's the shit I want to talk about. And I come at them with an angle. Like I got people, I had OnlyFans on there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I had rappers on there, you know what I mean? I had, you know, I didn't say this, quote unquote whores on there. You know, I had it all. I had bosses on there. I had everybody on there. I had drama on there, and I want to hear it all. You feel me?
Just want to hear it all.
And I give them their floor. This is your time to speak. I got it. I want to ask people the questions that mean what's on the average person's head to ask. I mean, but they just don't.
True. I hear that. But no, I was gonna say, I got an artist I want you to hear. I don't know if you ever heard him yet. BNG Nappsack.
No, I ain't down with him.
All right. Most definitely, I gotta stay tuned. His interview is coming soon. He actually just tapped in with Jadakiss.
Okay.
And remixed his shit. Jadakiss was fucking with it.
I take my GG and there's one in the head. What if I ain't run through show like a sled? Or if I ain't had my stick when niggas spent, I'd probably be dead. What if I was never busting them down? But what if I told you before Rihanna, we was running in town, and now I got more blues than the trip? I know you say it's all love, and you my nigga, I still slide with my dick. Cause you never know, price is high, I'm chewing like an edible. Bruce Banner, run through these bricks, this shit's incredible. Plug put that work on my hands, just like a manicure. High 20s, 40 a bird, that's what I sell it for. You niggas turkey, I'm checking attempt. The first time you got lucky, it's all bad on my second attempt. Compare my Cartier watch to some meth, but what if I was convicted of that drug sale resulting in death? Huh?
I'm saying, into bro, like we don't, or we really don't be. And like we actually play it, or you know, we actually hear from it.
Right.
That's like what you were saying. Like we giving these times for people to be heard. Y'all can hear these people that probably never even be seen or never even want to be seen because they're doing other shit in a different field. Yeah. Like I'm saying, you probably would have never even knew about, bro.
Yeah, that's right. And that's shit heat too.
True.
Like that's some industry like shit. You feel me? Like why ain't this nigga signed?
Ain't even signed yet. Like signed. Still trying to get put on.
Yeah.
Like and they want opportunities like what we're giving everyone.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying they putting all this time and money and effort into something to try to get out there and be seen and heard. And we giving you the opportunity to be seen and heard.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. We're also doing our thing too.
True.
You know what I mean? Like the grind don't stop for us.
It don't.
I mean, that's why I love this shit. It's like if you do this for me, I do this for you. You feel me? Like we doing this for each other. Like
you named the podcasts that you was fucking with. I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tell people that don't even know. Like I'm saying, if you haven't seen any or all of the episodes that I've been doing from start to finish, like from other seasons to now, like you've seen, I've been multiple different environments, multiple different scenes, multiple different setups with people. But my podcast is I view a lot are 85 South.
Yeah.
Shout out 85 South, Drink Champs as well.
Oh yeah, good.
And you know, like how you mentioned $1 million worth of game.
Yeah.
So like all three of those put into one is what you're gonna see on the cat. Like that's it. You know, we gonna joke, we gonna talk about some shit. You're gonna hear somebody speak some shit. Like, and at the same time, we're gonna actually share what we're getting on this podcast with y'all. And the only way that you can get this information or even see this is you're tuned in with us. You following us, you supporting us just as well as you supporting the people that's on here. And that's how we do this. Like,
podcasting is so innovating too, man. It's like the new thing. I seen the wave coming a couple years back. I'm like, oh, this is new media. This is new media and shit. It's a step up from the shit that we was used to. You're not used to seeing people's face and sitting down and hearing them through an outside lens. All we seen was just on what we see on a music video or what we see on a commercial or on a movie or something, or even local motherfuckers. Like, I mean, all you see is but when you get to know somebody on camera, like, oh shit, I didn't know you thought like that. You know what I mean? It make you want to tap into that person a lot more and shit. Like I heard people say to me, like, bro, I didn't even know you was that funny and show. I didn't know you was that deep in that shit. I'm like, yeah, bro, like, you feel me? Like, but when I get into that mode, that's what it is, you know what I mean? So, like, even with my guests, just giving them that chance, just be you, like, you know what I mean? Be you, be yourself, man. That's just magical, man. Podcasting where it's at, man, for real.
True, because I was gonna say, bro, we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
True, and it's funny that we like. It's crazy. A lot of people been wanting me and you to come on the scene together. Real shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people been wanting me and you to get on the scene together and always see us on the scene because that inspires a lot of people from our come up and where we came up from. Because a lot of people that went through that come up are still going through that, or they know other people that are going through that. So like, think about it. That's like whenever you see certain people on the streets, it's like, oh, what's up, bro? You still, like you said, you still doing that podcast? Or you that funny? I didn't even know that shit.
Yeah.
Now people are wanting to say like, oh, okay, well, I gotta slide on there, or shit. Like I'm saying, I be doing this. Can I slide on? Like a lot of people now are intrigued and now want to become.
It's crazy. Like you said, me and him, we ran into each other. I'm down at the Red Fest with the kids, sliding to him, and it was real quick. Hey, bro, yeah, I see what you're doing and shit. Yeah, I mean, we got to link up. And yeah, I mean, look how God worked. Like I'm my barber Macklin, chilling with him. Like yeah, I mean, y'all know each other, so I'm like yeah. I said yeah. Me and bro about to get into the scene. He like yeah, you gonna tap into that shit. So like maybe shit like that. So motherfuckers know me and him. We coming from like I mean the same streets. You feel me? True. So and then it's all love. There's no competition on who could be this. Is like. First thing we said when we seen each other, oh yeah, bro, this is just the first of many. You feel me? Let's tap in, let's link up, and that's how I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if motherfuckers had that mentality and everybody had that mentality, we'll reach further as a community.
As a community,
yeah, and whatever you do, not just podcasting, music, clothes, all that. You feel me?
Like, I'm saying you do hair, like nails, like it don't even matter if you an entertainer or a content creator of any sort, because I've ran into people that just do YouTube. They just do TikToks.
Right.
And they really be pushing to get, their videos and their content made. And I'm saying big ups to y'all, because a lot of people can't stay on top of doing videos every single day.
Facts.
And you think about how many videos they do a day. You got me fucked up. You know, I'm saying I do podcasting. I know my setup and how many video and interviews I can do a day.
Right.
They're doing this probably from morning to night. I'm saying I will feel like that will be a dream into a, you know, to a sense, and depending on how far I get and where I'm at and what I'm doing. But like I said, I told him this ain't just where it starts and where it ends. It continues. There's a lot more than what you're gonna see and what happens. Like
for sure.
True.
Man.
So tell me more, bro. Like I'm saying, like what's going on with this? I'm saying I've seen the last few episodes or you know a couple clips. You know, I let us rock out for a couple minutes without even speaking on it. So people have to come back in and actually see what
I told bro I ain't gonna shortchange shit, you feel me? So I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. Shout out to Butters the Brat.
Shout out the Butters.
But like, you know, she definitely put the scene on fire. Next thing you know, we had 3,000 views on Facebook because she got the shit going crazy. I'm like, oh shit, that shit ain't pop like this. She told me when I first seen it, she said, I'm gonna make you go viral tonight. In fact, I was like, oh shit, that's what you got to say. So I'm gonna give y'all the whole little rundown. And like I said, I don't want this certain person, you know, getting mad at me, but I'm just gonna keep it real. This is my first time on the camera. So there's a transgender, y'all probably know her by the name of the doll London, you know what I mean? Been in the Facebook news, very, very popular. And she does her thing, you know, with the hair or whatever. I was trying to get her on my show. We talked months ago. She said, yeah, I would love to. I'm like, all right, cool. Didn't really transpire. Then I text her 2 weeks ago, like, because people were asking me, like, yo, why don't you get her on the show? She's a transgender, and I mean, it'd be good. Like, she got good following. So I text her. She left me on red. I'm like, all right. So I texted people like, y'all, she be bullshit. You know what I mean? Right. And they text her like, yeah, what's up? Like, I really want to see you on my man's podcast or whatever. It meant a lot to me, y'all. So shout out to y'all. But then she got smart with them. So I said, you know what, cool. Yeah, you know I mean, like I ain't hurting. You know I mean, I'm pretty booked. I just wanted that certain content on my show. You know what I mean? Like to have a transgender on there, educate us. You feel me? I never really met a transgender like met. So let's sit down and talk about it. So when she ignored me, she's in the news on Facebook for exposing Butters the Brat for something because her dude was doing something. Texting the transgender, I want to suck your dick or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Whatever. I don't know.
There was some messages going back and forth.
You know, it was a big thing on Facebook. It was like the news of the day. And I had text Butters the Brat. I'm like, you want to do a podcast on it? She said, hell yeah, let's get it. And it all comes out. She was right around the corner from my studio. So I bet. She right there an hour later. Next thing you know, we on Facebook Live and got the whole thing crazy. I ain't never popped like that, bro. I'm up there trying to, you know, do my podcast, and also I got the Facebook Live thing going on, and it's crazy. Took Pittsburgh over for a night, and I'm like, oh shit, this shit was popping. So I had to drop that shit ASAP. Usually I'll do a cut and edit podcast, and I might drop it a couple days later. I might drop it a week later. I dropped that shit the next day.
That shit was funny as hell.
And the shit went crazy. The shit went wild. Next thing you know, everything's going down. The transgender, now I got her attention. She's texting me, you're weird. I'll read this shit. I'll read this. I ain't gonna shortchange y'all.
So I just want to make sure that y'all understand. He did do an episode with one person that wanted to speak on a situation
about the transgender. So the transgender had texted me. She said it was a whole bunch of back and forth, you know, saying I misgendered her. And I'm like, no, I apologize. I don't get down like that. I don't have no problem with the LGBTQ community. Right. I said I only misgender because my guest was going hard calling you a he, and you know, yeah, man.
They got you in that mix up.
Yeah, so she tried to paint it out. And what I didn't like, and I'm gonna say this, you know, I don't want to offend nobody, but I hate when you play victim. You know damn well I had no ill intentions towards that video. I simply let my guests be them. I let them. I don't. What I support is what I support. My guest is going to say how they feel, and that's okay. I said, but don't bash my podcast and say we bash the transgender, because that's not true. You try to play victim. I told her, I said, you just throwing rocks and hiding your hand. I said, you're just mad because you did all that shit, and when somebody else came on and they're bashing you, now you like, oh, this is the same motherfucker that tried to get me on, but you denied me. But it's not like that. I told her, I said, why don't you come to my show and say it to my face? Not on a threatening shit, but say how you feel.
Just say how you feel on,
you know what I mean? I'll tell you how I feel in person. I told her, I said, I'm a fan of you. I don't have no ill will or no hatred towards you. The same opportunity that just gave Butters the Brett, that could be you.
Right.
So still to this day, come holler at me. I ain't even going, you know what I mean, give her that much satisfaction. But I just didn't like how she tried to bash my podcast and make it seem like we were just out to bash her or something like that. I don't give a fuck. Right. I mean, you can come on the show just as much as she came on the show and say the same shit. And I'm going to give you the floor just like I gave her.
I'd be asking people, do you want to come on so we can speak? A lot of people actually steer the other direction when you actually be that person. And it's not like we going to come on the scene, square up, on camera.
Exactly.
We want to hear what you guys say, just as well as I'm going to let you know how I feel and what I got to say.
And just like I told her, I said, just come on the show, and we'll talk it out there. You feel me? And everybody can see exactly how I feel, exactly how you feel, and use that to educate. If I did mistakenly misgender, which it was never my real intentions, I'm sorry, was throwing me off because every time I said she would no he, and it was just like fucking throwing me off. So if I did, come educate us. Tell us how you feel. Tell us why that doesn't. I support the community. I don't got no problem with the LBG. I mean, if you check out my latest episode, and that was shot before the Butters episode, my guest was LGBTQ community, and what he was doing was educating. So please, by any means, tap in and fucking educate. I mean, if you feel like that, there's still a lot of questions out here about the LGBTQ community that we just don't know. I didn't grow up around a lot of gay people. I didn't, so it was new to me. You see, on the one episode, I was surprised. I didn't know what the fuck top or bottom meant. I was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, but that's what comes with the game and shit. You feel me? So, but I did want to address that because I want people not to know that I don't support bashing of any community or any group. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Damn, y'all just heard it. Like I'm saying, if you didn't watch this episode, you gotta go watch it. Like
entertainment as fuck. Right?
Like I'm saying, if you know what type of host we are, and the people that we do bring on for knowledge and entertainment, you will actually love what we're doing and actually be inspired to continue doing, following, and even letting people know that, they might need to slide and, come on and speak about some shit. Because each time I'm outside, people know that I do a podcast. They're like, oh, I need to come on. And I ask them and say, well, are you a business owner? Are you an entrepreneur? They'll say no, but I have something to speak about on some topics that you do mention. Great. This is great for content. Like now we get to hear your word, and some people might have a disagreement and some people might have an agreement, but now we about to educate and give each other knowledge.
Man, look, I do a lot of free spirited talking, so I always got to watch myself. I don't know who's watching or, you know what I mean, or who's looking, you know what I mean? Because people recognize me from podcasting now. It's almost weird, I'm a low key dude, so to be recognized from something like, yo, I caught your episode. I'm like, oh shit, you seen that? Like, there's people that know me that I don't know now. I'm not trying to put myself on a hiatus. Just what comes with the territory. I'm broadcasting to my city. It's more often I'm gonna see people and they're gonna notice me. Even when I had Butter, she's like, I was trying to explain, I'm still on the hiatus side. People don't know me. She's like, I already know who you are. I watched the episodes. I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
But what I mean by that is, you know, when I talk so freely about subjects and I don't know who's watching or who don't like me or who has a real problem, you gotta be cautious. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? I try to, you know, do the Second Amendment and live it right, you know what I mean? Because like, I don't know who's out there and who I offended or, you know, I try not to do that, but it's just I'll be down if I had somebody try to swing on me and I got my kids with me, you know what I mean?
True.
You know, that just comes with the territory, like, you know what I mean? Like I speak with a real open mind on my podcast, you know what I mean? And that's why I try to tell the transgender. I'm like, come on, say it to my face over there. You know, I'm not threatening. I'm saying like let me, you know,
come on and say it. Come here and speak it. So we can help one another have an understanding.
Right.
Because it's more so of we're educating to have an understanding and where we need to be, what we need to do, or where we might need to go about things.
Right.
And I tell a lot of people it's more so we need some type of guidance and some of the things that we do, because we're not, well, we all know we're not perfect people. Perfect people. Excuse me. But we need some guidance in a lot of things that we do.
Right.
That might be maybe how to react to something, maybe even how to speak about something, because a lot of people don't know how to speak. A lot of people don't know how to talk. That takes a lot to actually speak about something that, you know, I'm going to you about, and that could be based off of maybe that person might not understand, or maybe I'm not comfortable to share that type of information.
But that's why we do what we do, bro. You feel me? There's people out there. Most people don't like to talk. I'm sorry to cut you off too.
No, you're good.
But, bro, there's people that be watching. You know how many times I know you done too. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's actually on them views. And they come up to you and be like, yo, I love your podcast, man. Yo, that episode was crazy. I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't even know you tapped in. You know, you don't see who's on those views. True. So you just like, oh, shit, I know. Then what I love the most when somebody say, yo, that segment when you talked about such and such and such and da, that part had me laughing. Or that part was deep, bro. You know, I fuck with that. Like, I didn't know you thought like that. I'm like, oh, shit. Man, make me want to turn up. And I want to drop 4 episodes in a day when somebody say that. Somebody come up to me, I'm like, yeah, your shit's in my daily rotation. Yeah, man. True. I listen to Breakfast Club, I put your shit on. I'm like, for real? I'm like, you know what I mean? So I take it all, you know what I mean? I appreciate it all. And I know you do too. You hear motherfuckers, you see them in the street. Oh, bro, I see you doing your thing with your podcast, man. Da, da, da. I see the guests you got on there and shit. Yeah, you feel me? And what I love about your shit is you do this for the people. Like, your podcast is legit for the people. Like, it's a boomerang effect. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like, you look what you're doing. You're promoting. You're doing all this. You chilling. You smoking, and all you doing is putting your people on, man. This is innovating, man. For real, y'all need to tap in with this dude, man.
Most definitely, real. Man. Tap into the Cap Podcast, man. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, man. Share this, man. You already know this is 8th Round Podcast. Tap in, hit that subscribe with him, man. Hit them likes, some follows. Get them numbers rolling, and tap in with us. I'm saying, hit us up on Facebook, you know, Instagram, you know, all platforms. Like, we most definitely want to hear what y'all got to say and what y'all are doing. We want to know. And we want people to get to hear y'all and know y'all.
And that's facts. Yeah. A lot of y'all never really been in front of a camera or had somebody want to talk about that. And I know on my show, we gonna talk about whatever. I'm gonna make it just like how bro make it comfortable and make you wanna chill and relax and be you. It's gonna be the same vibe and shit. You feel me? That's what it's a good podcast do. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I love when my guests say that, bro. Like that shit really means something. I'm like, yeah, bro, I had a good time. That's most important. You gonna have a good ass time with me. Like, man, let's have a good time. Yeah, I mean, sometimes. You know, my girl's up there fixing drinks for everybody. You know what I mean?
True. Bro, man, I was gonna say I remember them nights on the podcast. Yeah. They be real. Like, you really be locked in. People would be enjoying the vibes, and sometimes that podcast usually be the nighting. Mm-hmm. Like, you get to actually enjoy your time. A lot of people wait to drink until they go out. Mm-hmm. A lot of people's like, fuck it, I'm here now. Yeah. Like, I'm about to get it in while I can, and once I get there, I'm probably getting like 1 or 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that because they comfortable. They got to be in a place or an environment where they got to be them.
Yeah. And this shit fits you, man. Listen, I've known this dude since I was a kid, man. He's always just been the chillest dude. That's why I fit you. That's why I love your vibe with this shit. Like this is you. You feel me? True. Like I could say this one of the niggas. He's like a penny. He didn't change. Fact, it's the same nigga. Like,
true, bro.
Look, this nigga. I'm gonna tell y'all a little quick story.
Go
this
ahead.
Nigga was so chill back in the day, right? We in Schiller as Bucks. Man, look, this when you lived near Shores.
True.
Look, facts. Bro was I love Shores, but I couldn't get up to Shores. Like, bro, here, I'll give you the change, bro. Cause you just grabbed them donuts from me, bro.
Those niggas came back with the donuts.
So here goes, bro. I was like, bro, please. I seen that white bag in his hand. I'm like, thank you. Bro used to come up with the white bag. I already knew it was on. He put me on it. Facts, he put me on him when I was addicted. Facts, I'm giving him $2 every day here,
That's
bro.
crazy, bro.
Here, get yourself right, get me right, bro.
Shit.
Like them shits is addicting.
True.
And this nigga would come through. And look, I remember this one time, this shit. He like, all right, I ain't gonna keep on going to this bakery every day.
I remember that shit. True. That's probably the last time I remember saying some shit like that. Because niggas used to always have me on a bakery run, grabbing the donuts for niggas.
Man, those shits was fire, yeah.
Bro, everybody put everybody on them, and next thing you know, I'm over here buying donuts and getting donuts for everybody. True, bro. That's really what's up, bro. You brought a memory back.
No, facts. I just told Macklin that story too. And
That's
shit.
funny.
I was like, yeah, that shit was crazy. But this nigga was always a chillest nigga, man. Yeah. But he was always one of them perfectionist ass niggas, man. I remember being in school with you. Yeah, we playing Moss in the courtyard.
True.
And I'm like, well, I'll never forget, bro. You probably remember this, but I'm gonna remind you. I gotta remember you like an elephant.
I see.
Bro, facts. Everybody hyping you up. You killing everybody in Moss, bro. You just they throwing it up. You was just physically more dominant in football, just hopping up, just doing shit. And like I had a challenge in my head, like, man, like this nigga, man, y'all hyping this nigga up. They like, oh, I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna go over there. Like, get over there. He's doing his thing. I'm like, all right, cool. I can do that same shit. I did a couple of my shits too. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I like, see niggas. I was proud because he was the man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, this nigga was like, yeah, I mean, he was like that. In fact, he was really like that. Like
when people put on and they were good too. There's no reason for me to try to outdo somebody that is good because they're not trying to outdo somebody. It's not like they're trying to do this or trying to be known for doing this. This is something that, he can do too.
Right.
And I'm saying I never was like a person to be like, oh, you can't do that. Once I know that he was a person to try, fuck, you got more respect than a lot of these motherfuckers that's over here trying to be more dominant or trying to beat me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to be the dominant or trying to show off because that's not who I am. This is a natural reflex to me. And that's why I just always chill. Once bro did what he did, I'm like, yep, I'm good, bro.
Hey, but that really fit. That's still you though. You feel me? And that's why I wanted to bring it to the podcast. But like what I seen from there is still you. You feel me? Like how you still the same nigga 20 years later and shit. Like, you feel me? Like I'm like, yo, like that's just
I be thinking about that all the time, bro.
Like that's great for you to have that knowledge and that awareness. Like how you said, like how you painted that picture. Like I wasn't what young niggas was even on that when we was kids. You feel me? The kids just want to, I mean,
bro.
And you was like, you still the same nigga. Like, and so I already know your shit's elevated now. You feel me? Like now we on the other side of the 20s now. So,
we flipping, we changing into the numbers.
Yeah, the number change is coming. True. You feel me? So you still got that mindset, but now you taking it and doing it for other people, bro. I love that shit, bro.
True, bro. Appreciate that, bro. But you really most definitely brought a memory back because that was something that, and I ain't gonna hold you. There's a lot of memories that I do try to remember, but when I did go through a phase in my time, a lot of shit like erased, and I was always trying to figure out what memories that were good memories to have that I lost, and a lot of them actually I rendered back, but a lot of them are recounted from people that I did them with or I was around. Because I'm saying I was in a whole different, we were all in different pathways trying to figure ourselves out. And now we're, like you said, we're on the other side of the 20s, and we're, you know, I'm still the same way, but even more for people. Like, it isn't just for me, because I know I can do what I'm doing.
Right.
But a lot of people too that I know are doing shit do deserve those opportunities as well, because I know what we're missing, and I know what things that we should be doing, just as well as I know you might know as well.
Right.
So let's execute the things that we're not doing. Like, let's network, let's talk with one another. If we are even thinking about something, don't hesitate to do something, just do it.
Right.
Because a lot of us are probably not even going to say no, just because of where we're at mentally and where we're trying to get to.
Right.
Like, we all have the same thought of trying to be somewhere or trying to get somewhere, but we know what we are doing. What we aren't doing is talking to one another about things that we should be getting to, or where we need to be getting to. And that's why, like, what me and you are doing and what we do with other people, that's what that is. Because, like I mentioned to you before, I interviewed an artist that was not known to be signed by anybody, but I knew to not play certain things because I knew his status.
Right.
And when we had the great interview that we did, like we said, we have great interviews with people. And once we got the green light to play all the music that was unreleased, that he just released and is blowing off the charts.
Right.
It's something that I always can remember. And he even mentions it to me, because bro played his music videos at the movie theater. It threw me off, bro. Like, and I'm saying shout out to Bruce Lee. He played all his music videos at Monroeville Mall at the movie theaters.
That's lit.
So you got to see his shit on the big screen with an interview.
That's lit. Facts, that's lit.
So, like, you know, I'm saying, I shout out to everybody that's doing shit, and we support what y'all doing, man. Keep doing it. Like, it isn't just about us, but it also is about y'all.
I see you on season 4. That's major, bro. That's major, bro. Like, that you keep the shit cranking. You feel me? Like,
man, bro.
How do you keep that? How do you keep that drive to want to keep, like, you know what I mean? I'm just educate me. How do you keep that drive to just keep on wanting? Like, what keeps you going? What motivates you to keep going?
I like how we spin our questions back off of one another, because the questions, because a lot of the questions that we are asking is the questions I ask everyone that is a guest. And a lot of people think when you come on, I'm saying the cat, that there's a script, there's something that you got to follow, or you have to hold on. Let's pause the camera. Let's do that. No, I want you to feel as comfortable as possible, and know that I'm going to ask you about you, and you know what things you had to get through or go through to get to where you're at. Because a lot of us don't share those things. A lot of us speak about certain things that we feel like we're capable of speaking about, but I feel like it also still hinders us a little bit, because we're not being exactly who we know who we could be, because we're all great leaders. Every single person. And I'm not going to say that people need people to be who they need to be, but when you see someone with some type of structure or some type of, goal, or even just being driven to what they're doing, that gives you a lot of courage and a lot of hope to continue doing something, or even starting something. Like, I'm saying, that's where a lot of this comes from. I want you to know that you can ask me things just as well I'm asking you. This isn't just an interview about you.
Yeah, and that's what I like too. Podcast becomes open discussion. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yeah, I want to. I even when it goes to my co-host, shout out to Sharon Rock, my co-host on the 8th Round podcast. But we keep a good job of getting everybody's perspective on things. I love perspectives. Tell me, and I'm not going to judge you on your perspective. Don't judge me on mine. Let me hear why you think like that, though. You know what I mean? I'm always asking why. Okay. Not that I don't care what you do. I really don't care what anybody has going on. And you know what I mean? I let the floor is yours. This is your thing. Tell me why you feel like that, though. Paint the picture out. Educate me so I can understand you better. You know, we only on the podcast for a little bit over an hour, but let me know who I'm talking to. Let the people know who's looking at you, know a little bit about you and why you think the way you feel. And then, yeah, you ever notice, you know what I mean? People get a little more drunk around
around a certain
at a
time.
certain time. Them questions just, I mean, they really want to, I mean, they just start pouring it out.
We start talking a little bit more about one another and what we do.
Shout out to my fiance, she hopped on here.
Hey, what it do? Shout out her.
Ronnie's nailed it, man. Get your nails done. Have her on the show.
I was gonna say, I swear, I think I seen her. I think I seen her shit before. I followed her.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have y'all tap in. She gonna come and chill. She smokes, so yeah.
She smokes. Oh, that's a bet.
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
so
she'll come chill. Yeah,
I
man.
over here smoke 2 blunts. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm saying we've been drinking, but I'm saying we most definitely been chilling and enjoying the vibe.
That's what I like, man. This shit. It give me like straight stoner vibes. You know what I mean? I don't smoke with bro, but we definitely gonna show us a shot o'clock time.
Yeah, shot o'clock. I'm saying, hey, if you don't know, pour something up, spark something up.
Yeah, so I mean, this shit. Get with this man. Get while getting's going, because he told me off camera some shit he got planned, man.
Oh, man,
this nigga about to blow. So y'all better get while the getting good, you know what I mean? Because eventually he gonna be the one telling y'all I can get you in when I can. So y'all
true, and I'm not trying to be that person, but it's most definitely sliding, and a lot of moves and opportunities have been opened up, and actually shout out to y'all, because without y'all, I wouldn't be able to be given those opportunities or even noticed by people in these areas that I've never even thought I'd be able to talk with or even do stuff with, because a lot of the things that I'm doing is for us. Like, we're local people,
right,
trying to get those dreams and goals that we want to achieve.
Right.
But where are we at? There's a lot of flaws that people see with people in our community, but there should be nothing ever to say that we can't do anything, because we can do everything that we put our mind to. And I know people go through things, and just because you go through things does not mean that you're not working towards what you want or where you're trying to get to.
Right.
You're just at a slower pace to get there. It never stopped. And where it never stops is you believing and having hope. Real shit. Because like you said, we're like, how going on year 3?
Yeah.
You know, how am I still? A lot of this stuff comes from people, me and you finally meeting up after, 3 seasons.
Right. Facts.
Even coming across the opportunities I did, 3 seasons, but it took me having to do more things that I know I had to do for y'all and for myself, because they were more tempted to hear what was coming from people I was working with. And I'm not going to hold you. That's one of the main reasons why I do that. It's so people, like you said, it's the knowledge. I'm bringing people from different communities, different ethnicities, like you said, different sexes. Like, we're supporting all communities and not discriminating on anyone.
Right.
But we're also giving people the opportunity to share. Just like we are. We're sharing, they're sharing.
That was well said, bro.
Like, and it's not going to stop, bro. And as we continuously to be the people and the hosts that we are, we're going to give people more of the opportunity to see that they can do that too for themselves, just as well as wanting to meet people like us. Because those are the people that you need to be around. Those are the people that you should be having in your circle, even if it's a conversation here and there. There's a couple guys, we're never around each other. A lot of people make different money, and they do things for their money. So when am I going to meet these people? Right. A lot of these times I'm on a video call. I'm saying even a phone conversation for a couple hours, talking about a lot of the work that they're doing, I'm doing, and to help one another, because we're all resourceful with what we do, right, and the people we know. And there's no shame and no hate in our gang.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to drop on.
For sure.
That's what I wanted to drop real quick. Let me finish my little cut. Where you at? You good?
Yeah, I'm about to, I was just, sipping.
I'm saying, anyone drinking? I'm saying, shot o'clock.
Yo, Kenya, I know you got some drinks over there. Why don't you pour up with us? I know you just stopped at the liquor store before I left, so I know you. Pour up with us real quick.
Oh yeah, he drinking some Hornitos.
Yeah, shout out to Hornitos,
shout out
man.
To Hornitos.
That's one thing about my show. I love shows like this. I always make sure the guests drink. What you tripping on? I'll try to see what I can do. Most of the time, I got me some brew, some Miller Lights or something. Some highlights. And we get this shit going. And usually before we shoot, just how me and you did, we prep. My guests, they probably want to smoke real quick, take a couple drinks, and we just, your government on the comment section. So true. I'm sorry, but your government was on the comment section.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. I most definitely peeped that. I didn't want to say nothing. I was letting it rock out, so I was going by what you mentioned. And I'm saying I ain't want to mention the whole.
Shout out to Ronnie Snelden, man. She doing the thing with the nails, man.
So yeah, she been. You be doing the nails. That's what's up.
Yeah, she. It'd be funny, like I'll be like, damn, she really be having everybody, right in her shop. I be knowing motherfuckers and shit. Like, yeah, she really be doing her thing. Like, I'm always getting off work. I'm booked up. Like, damn, you be doing your thing and shit. Like, and she done perfected her craft. Like, not gonna say it's always room to grow, but she just like she takes a look at her work. Just how I told you, I take a look at my old podcast. Like, man, that shit was weak as hell.
True.
And she look at her shit, be like, man, I used to be weak as hell, but look at me now and shit. Like so yeah. Like I like how she keep it going and she keep me going. Like I said, she'll hop on a podcast with me. I love that support. My co-host, shout out to my co-host, but sometimes he got a family. She get a little busy. Like, and I had my biggest interview about to come up, and here go my fiance right there. Like, come on, I'll do it with you and shit. Let me get these kids settled, and boom, we about to make it happen.
Shout out to Ronnie's.
Yeah, that shit will help out a lot, man. And I see you do a lot of shit, and you do it off the muscle and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So
it's because I don't know, bro. Like I'm saying, even I did an interview with Whammo with DJ Cold Blooded.
Yeah.
So if you actually watch the whole interview, he asked me a lot of deep questions that it threw me off because I was used to a lot of questions he asked me at first as being a host, but then it was like a lot of questions that, like, damn, how did he know where to hit with the question to ask me that had me like question,
put you on game or something?
Yeah, I had to like, damn, I had to check myself to actually realize, okay, I don't be capping, so I'm actually just going to speak about it. And he mentioned, I don't know where he got it from, but he mentioned about my grandmother. I guess he seen a clip of something. I made one clip, or I made a status around my birthday about my grandmother, and he mentioned he asked me a question about who actually, who do you actually feel actually made you, or who do you feel like you do this for? And like, have they passed or not? Because you don't know if people passed. You don't know if someone's still around, young or old. Right. And I'm like, damn, like when that's like a good ass hard question to actually answer.
Fuck you up real quick, like, right. Oh shit, you studied me, you was paying attention to me and shit. My backstory. Facts, that shit. I bet that threw you off. Like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. But you kept it raw and you kept it. Yeah, I'm sure. I ain't see the interview, but I'm pretty sure you knew how to handle it.
Oh yeah, I held it down. I most definitely held it down, and it was most definitely from my grandmother. I passed on my birthday actually in the morning time. My mom ain't tell me until later in the afternoon because she knows my birthday and she didn't want me to really be too messed up during the day.
Right.
Which I did held my day together. Shout out to my ex. She actually made sure I was straight to continue my day, and I continued my day in, in blessings of my grandmother.
Right.
Yeah, that most definitely hit hard, and I was able to hold it down and spoke about a lot of real shit with him towards the end.
He been doing his thing. He had one of my guests on the podcast. Somebody interviewed. They said, "Yeah, I got an interview with Whammo too." So he been doing this thing, huh?
Yeah, and that's crazy. I think the person that you talking about, his was like right before mine, or the day after.
Okay, what Hazel?
Yep.
Yep.
So,
yeah, that's the homie.
Yep. So I really, and I actually want to interview bro, to be honest.
Yeah.
Get cold blooded on the other side of the mic, and being interviewed about the things he feels and things he goes through as a host, radio host, because a lot of these hosting is different. It ain't like we're party hosts.
Yeah, I had Dude Music on the show. The Dude Music.
Yeah.
He was on my show. He did his thing with Whammo and shit too.
Right.
So another good dude. Yeah, you gotta tap in with him. Real good dude, real chill. I mean, he drinking, smoking. I mean, he's a lot of vibes. I want to get him back on the show because a lot of these people I had on the show when I first started, I'm like, man, just ignore that. It was a good show and shit, but man, we leveling up. You feel me? So come back, and I'm a much better host than I was. I mean, everything just gets better. You feel me? So that's why I love shit like this, because bro, he gonna be tapping into my shit and shit. We got more shit even in the work, so it's crazy. It's like I said, this is just the initiation, bro. You feel me? Like, and I hope he excels in everything he does and prospers in everything he does, and I know he feels the same. So like that shit's gonna like reciprocate, and you know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be tapped in all the way and shit. Be like, who bro got on his shit? All right, cool. Turn that shit up, because you be having motherfuckers on there. I'm like, bro got them on. I see it.
I be trying, bro. Trying to keep them around for people, so everybody can know that it ain't just certain people. It's all people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I get it a lot. Like a lot of people be like, "Oh, I like what you're doing," because it's not towards a certain crowd or certain type of people.
Right.
It's more towards the community of all types of people.
Right.
Because we all have information and knowledge to share with one another, and you'll be probably amazed about what we can bounce off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, if you haven't seen any other episodes, I'm saying the most that I've had on an episode is probably 7 people on a live episode.
You was able to get 7
people
God
on live.
Damn, how'd you keep all everybody?
I'm saying, and the crazy thing about it, like you said, I'm saying it's a cool, comfortable environment whenever you come on the podcast.
Right.
And then like the pregame's a complete other story. Like if you make it to the episode, we cheers to you making it to the episode, because
facts.
Pregame is like you actually really pregaming, but it's not like you're going ham.
Right.
It's the vibe is just really there.
And getting comfortable. That's all. Like you set the precedent. The pregame is the best, because in fact you set the precedent by how the show gonna be and shit. Because we laughing, we chilling, we just preempting each other about what we about to be talking about and shit like that.
True.
And then they like, man, it's the best. And then sometimes the pregame be so good, I'm like, hey, don't say that in the episode.
we got to wait until the episode started.
Like, hold on. Don't forget, we got to talk about that on the show, too. And then it just be like the vibes and stuff. And then, next thing you know, it's like after a while, you forget the camera's even on. And we just talking. Like, I love this shit,
like
man.
Like I told you, it's like every single time that I set up or I do an interview with somebody, it doesn't matter where I'm at. Like, it's more so of like, damn, like he can really make this a comfortable, vibe, with lights, a camera, even a screen to look at.
Right.
Like, and I don't even have to worry about, okay, this or that. Like, you're already cool. The only thing you have to do is just be yourself.
That's all I'm asking for.
That's all.
Be yourself. Get your shit out there, and we gonna talk about it. We gonna chill. It's an open floor. Everybody love to smoke. Everybody love to drink.
I was gonna say I'm gonna mention some things that I'm saying y'all might actually see bro doing with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that I already mentioned with my projects, but I'm saying you and your fiance, I know will be great for it. But I do sex talks on the Cat Podcast. I'm saying we get down to it. I'm saying I have this actually tomorrow. I pushed the time to Easter. I'm gonna drop an audio of sex talks with one person I just did the beginning of this week, or end of last week. Crazy ass conversation. Like I was drinking. I actually was smoking one blunt, but I probably had to keep putting the blunt down because I was thrown the fuck off. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I know about shit. I know about things like conversations with girls.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, like what? Like, I'm sure even what you do with people with certain conversations, you know a lot about a shit. A lot about shit.
Yeah.
A lot about shit. Like, I'm gonna say that one more time. A lot about shit. Cause like what I heard when I did this audio conversation, it's not even an interview, it's a conversation. We conversing about sex topics, or even things we might think about in our sex lives.
Yeah.
Like
it get crazy because like I said, when you got the females on the show, I always want them to feel comfortable. You know what I mean? You gotta feel the vibe on who you interviewing too. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I said I'm saying I'm just gonna do it with y'all, because at least I'm saying y'all are with each other.
Right.
I'm open to this shit, like with myself. So with the conversation and who I am.
It's crazy because me and my girl, we love shit like that. Like we love hearing other people's opinions and stuff like that. And I don't